ladies and gentlemen, and Mtn Dew consumers. Welcome back to Mtn Dew News. I'm your host, Ethan Bayer, and this is the best soda in all of news. We start today with some news regarding the Civil War. In a hardened clash that shook the nation to its core, the Battle of Antietam unfolded on the fields of Maryland, marking a pivotal moment in the American Civil War. This bloody engagement fought between the Union Army of the Potomac, led by Major General George McClellan, and the Confederate Army of Northern Virginia, commanded by General Robert E. Lee, has earned the grim distinction of being the bloodiest single day of battle in American history. The conflict erupted at dawn as Union forces launched a relentless assault on Confederate positions along Antietam Creek near Sharpsburg at Mist. The rolling hills and cornfields, the roar of artillery, and the crack of musketry filled the air, casting a pall over the serene countryside. The fighting raged fiercely throughout the day, with neither side willing to yield ground easily. Union soldiers displaying unparalleled valor, enemy lines, and secure a decisive victory. In the face of overwhelming odds, Confederate troops, under the seasoned leadership of General E., mount a staunch defense, unleashing a barrage of devastating firepower upon the advancing Union ranks. The ferocity of the combat left a trail of destruction in its wake, with casualties mounting on both sides by the hour. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie twilight over the battlefield, the fighting finally subsided. The toll of the day's carnage with staggering, with estimates suggesting that over 23,000 soldiers lay dead, wounded, or missing. The fields of Antietam were drenched in blood, bearing witness to the sacrifice and suffering endured by those who had fought with unwavering courage and determination, while the battle ended in a tactical stalemate. With neither side able to claim a decisive victory, its strategic significance cannot be overstated. The Union's army's ability to hold its ground against the Confederate onslaught dealt a severe blow to General Lee's invasion of the North, bolstering Northern morale as the nation grapples with the aftermath of this brutal conflict. The legacy of the Battle of Antietam will endure as a testament to the resilience and sacrifice of those who had fought and died on its hallowed grounds. So the trivia. Originally, what was Abraham Lincoln's goal in the war? To free the slaves? To stop southern states from seceding? To save the Union? Or to save slavery? If you said save the Union, you are correct. When the southern states receded, Lincoln vowed to save the Union. In a landmark decision that will forever alter the course of American history, President Abraham Lincoln has issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring all enslaved individuals in Confederate territory to be forever free. President Lincoln signed the proclamation on January 1st, 1863, amid the Civil War that has engulfed the nation. The proclamation marks a significant shift in the aims of the war, with the abolition of slavery now becoming a central goal for the Union. In its executive order, President Lincoln asserted that all persons held as slaves within any state or designated part of a state in rebellion against the United States shall be then, therefore, forward and forever free. However, it's important to note that the proclamation only applied to Confederate-held territory, as it did not have jurisdiction over states loyal to the Union. This bold move by President Lincoln has been met with both praise and criticism. Abolitionists and supporters of the Union have hailed the proclamation as a cruel step forward, ending the institution of slavery and upholding the principles of freedom and equality. However, critics argue that the proclamation doesn't immediately free all enslaved individuals, as it only applies to Confederate-controlled areas and leaves the status of slavery in loyal states untouched. Despite the mixed reactions, the Emancipation Proclamation represents a pivotal moment in American history, signaling the beginning of the end for slavery and paving the way for the eventual passage of the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which formally abolished slavery throughout the entire country. As the nation grapples with the profound implications of this decree, the Emancipation Proclamation stands as a testament to enduring struggles for liberty and justice for all Americans. Today's story getting a 10 out of 10. President Abraham Lincoln delivers one of the best speeches of all time. Abraham Lincoln delivered a brief but profound speech at the dedication ceremony of the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The occasion marked the solemn commemoration of the Union soldiers who lost their lives in the Battle of Gettysburg, a turning point in the Civil War. In his address, President Lincoln honored the sacrifice of those who fought on the battlefield, emphasizing the nation's enduring commitment to the principles of equality and democracy. He invoked the Declaration of Independence, saying, "407 years ago, or our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal." Lincoln's poignant words resonated with the crowd gathered as he reflected on the significance of the Civil War and the ongoing struggle to preserve the Union and ensure freedom for all Americans. He urged the nation to honor the fallen soldiers by dedicating themselves to the cause of liberty and equality, declaring that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. The Gettysburg Address, delivered in just over 2 minutes, has already etched itself into the annals of American history as one of the most eloquent and enduring speeches ever delivered by an American president. The significance of the President Lincoln's address at Gettysburg is likely to endure for generations to come, serving as a testament to the resilience and spirit of the American people in times of adversity.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here.